build cool products. What does that mean to you?
It can mean anything. So I'm the kind of guy who likes to, I mean, I don't know, I'm probably kind of rare in the sense where, Traction by Gino Wickman, that book where they talk about
Yeah.
the visionary and then there's the integrator. And then you can use that philosophy for a bunch of different business models. I love being a visionary where I think of an idea. And I also love being an integrator to see a product taken all the way through to the point where we launch it and we scale it to the first million, typically bootstrapped. So I love creating online courses, DIY education products. I love creating and scaling mastermind groups similar to Go-Bundance. I've got a couple of them that I run with some partners and friends that we grow, and we have these amazing communities of people doing different things. I'm building software products right now from start to finish with some cool tech people who are just genius, like brains 10 times bigger than mine, which I love surrounding myself with. So some software products that we're building right now. Yeah, I mean, also getting into real estate. Like technically from a product perspective, real estate is a product, right? We have to renovate it, make it, my philosophy is let's bulletproof our real estate investments. I want nothing to be able to go wrong with these things. Put the money into them to make them bulletproof. People love living there, and I don't have a ton of capital expenditure problems.
Yeah, so you're really reminding me of kind of a business is a business is a business. Like if you know how to surround yourself with good people, you know how to project management, you know how to have a vision and then integrate that into a plan. Like doesn't matter whether it's real estate, software, mastermind group, it's all the same shit, right? Like you take somebody that's really successful in mortgage or podcasting or whatever, you move them into a different vertical, they're probably going to find a way to succeed. So can you, since it's a little bit closer for your age group than my age group, can you tell me a little bit about maybe your childhood, specifically your teenage years? Like, did you go to college? Did you not go to college? What makes you decide like, hey, I'm going to spend my 20s like really in this entrepreneurial vein? Like what happened to you?
Yeah.
What did your parents do? What book did you read that kind of like launched this attitude?
Sure. Definitely didn't always have this attitude for sure. I was kind of an awkward kid growing up. I had a pretty big lisp where I couldn't actually pronounce CH together. So anything like church, I couldn't say it. Anything like that, I just couldn't. It would come out like it sounded like that. I sounded super stupid, basically, and I was really embarrassed by it. So throughout middle school, throughout a lot of high school, I worked on that. I had a speech coach, basically coach me through that aspect of things. I went to a public high school. Parents were divorced when I was a kid. Don't really remember it. What happened in that, like when I was younger, and it wasn't a huge deal to me. It just felt normal, my parents being divorced. Graduated high school, and then I immediately got a job for a government contracting company because while I was in high school, my best friend at the time dropped out, got his GED, and started making roughly like $70,000 to $80,000 a year working as a government contractor for his dad's company. And I was like, tell me more about that. So basically, my best friend's dad is also became a great friend of mine. He brought me into that company as a software engineer. I knew nothing. He basically was like, read these 3 books, and if you can code this thing for me, I'll give you a job. Trial by fire, no money involved. It was just, can you do it? I read them. I used all the resources I could. And I built something that was really basic, and he gave me a job to do that. And I did recruiting and software development for 4 years for the government that way. No college education whatsoever.
This is at 18 years old. You just kind of read 3 books, teach yourself how to do basic coding. And then they're like, cool, you got a job. And now you're going to do this basic coding, and you're going to also do whatever.
Recruiting. Basically. And yeah, I mean, if you read it's really interesting. If you want to be good at anything, all you really have to do is read a couple books and surround yourself with a couple people who are good at it. That's it. It's not as complicated as most people make it. Want to get good at real estate? Did the exact same thing. Read a couple books, surrounded myself with some people who make millions of dollars doing real estate. All of a sudden, last year, I bought 6 properties. This past year, we're on track to buy pretty much double what we bought last year in terms of equity, not the number of units, but equity wise. And so it's a pretty straightforward formula. But of course, you don't know that when you're a kid. You're just kind of trying to get into it. And fortunately, I fell into that environment. I was told, read these books, do this project, and use these people to help you. And it worked.